because what you can do for an inside curve, you can lead with your pressure on the front, and then have pressure on the back end for the tail, right? Or for an outside curve, you want pressure on the front the whole time, right? It's the same with a. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's the same with a metal file. So I want pressure on the front because I'm trying to create this curve. I want the file to curve with the line. And so if there's a slight high spot or something, you can. It's the same idea as with the wheel. You want a long stroke, right? You can't just go like this. These files are actually quite aggressive, especially the corners. So if you just come in like that, I'll have to go back to the wheel and we'll fix your pipe, but it will be different. Right, it'll be different pipe. So, but the files are great because they give clean lines because they're so rigid. So what you can do is see how I'm going from here to almost the end of the pipe?
Yeah.
I'm doing these long strokes because I want these nice clean lines. And it does leave marks.
Yeah.
But what you come in to do is you come in. So your ridge is gone now. And what you can come in, and these are a little bit more forgiving as far as technique goes. Okay. You just come in like this. And most marks are mostly gone in this spot. Right? So you can go these. You don't have to go the full length of the stroke with these. You can, but don't just focus on one tiny spot. These are much less aggressive. So get out the file marks. And these are probably 100 grit. These rougher ones. So you can go from these to the 220, which you hopefully have. We'll get you some of these.
Is this 220?
No, in this here.
Oh, that's 320.
320. Okay, you need some 220. So what we're also trying to do is join these up.
Yeah.
So there's a little meat here, and actually, I'm going to file this so they join perfectly. Because now we're going to be filing and sanding these together.
Gotcha.
Right? We were avoiding this on the wheels, but now we're going to be doing it together. It's all together. Not this part, but the saddle here. Right? So get these joined up. And there's a few finer files rolling around that actually will be easier to take some of this out with. I'll go find some. But we're basically joining these up now, and longer strokes so we get clean lines, same thing. Let's see, there's almost no bump there now. So the same thing. So you can go around and like so.
Okay, so what else have you done still? So you got this shape is good.
I'm gonna go get you some 220 sandpaper, and I think that's gonna be the easiest way. Yeah, so I'll bring you some. Last year,
I'm gonna just go. Yeah, you guys are so spicing it up. Yeah. Nice shape. How Florovia. Yeah, Jeff. Gotta move it forward. No, I just set up. I know how to do it.
It's looking great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's you don't use laser anymore. Yeah. That's gonna happen.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm hoping.
Cross that seam into the saddle. And you're going to do that until you don't have a ridge anymore. And that'll create a nice, clean transition. And you can do this pretty fast, right? And you can feel it's already a lot better than it was. Yeah. So that's how you want it to feel all the way around, or maybe even a little bit less. You don't want you don't want to feel anything. It should just be seamless.
Okay. Real fast, you mind just looking at it, like you feel any high spots around? I feel like it's getting close.
So this area is really good. This area is really good. You need a little bit of a high spot there. This side's better. Your top needs the most work. Yeah. So I would say this area, your rim, and the transition area. And once you get all of that to 220, no more raking, no more bumps. Come and see me. We'll hit it with a single coat of stain, and you can move to the next grip.
Well, how would you recommend doing the top?
Same way that you're doing the rest. You can do it by hand, or you can use that file, have a piece of paper around it, and just knock down those ridges. Get a nice clean going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Thank you.
You're doing good. Yep. Is it yours?
Yeah.
This feels pretty good. Yeah. I think your rim needs a little bit of work still. Oh, okay, great. Yep. Gotcha. And then your transition here needs the same thing that I was just running him through. But after you get your rim done and you get this transition cleaned up, come and see me and we'll say it.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks.
Run out of this paper, but you can put a lot of pressure on this.
Okay.
You know. So, and you're not going to mess up the pipe with any pressure. So, but you still want to take nice, a little bit longer strokes, not just like this, like that. But you can really lean into it. So. So you're going to need to put some pressure here. Okay. See this little black line around here? where you haven't touched it with sandpaper. See, there's that little
Oh yeah.
right, just right here,
Yep.
where the sandpaper hasn't touched yet. So you want to shrink that down
Okay.
until you can't feel
Nothing.
Yeah,
Okay.
feel nothing.
So it's pressure going this way.
And just use the quadrant system too.
Okay.
So just for visual
Yeah.
reference, so you don't go over everything 30 times on one side and 2 times on the other.
Yeah.
Just like do 10 strokes here. Move on, 10 strokes.
Okay.
10 strokes, 10 strokes, and then check it, do it again.
All right. Next.
Feels good. There's a couple little things.
Yeah,
Wanna work on?
I've had that, and I wanted to ask you, how can I get a nice level? It's like, what's the way to go at that so I don't keep bringing it down when I want to bring it up?
You know what I might? Right.
And that goes back to yesterday.
Okay.
Did that, and
Okay.
I just, yeah, that's the one fly I don't know how to.
I'm gonna go knock this down. It's gonna be over real quick.
Can I stop you just for 1 second? Yep. I'm going to let you. You're going to finish up with this and go straight into the 120. Okay. Okay. I'm going to get everybody started with this. Guys, we are going to, our target is to be done with 120 in less than 45 minutes. I think we can do it in probably 20 minutes. And once we're done with the 120, then we can do a little refining with 220. We're going to come back from lunch and we're going to get straight to hand salmon. So our goal here, we're going to do the exact same thing that we just did, right? We're going to take our strokes, working quadrant to quadrant. We're going to start at 9 o'clock to 12, 12 to 3, 3 to 6, and then 6 back to 9. We're going to work our whole way around the bowl, tracing the lines we just did, and our goal is to preserve the shape and remove all of the deep scratches when we do the 6 grit, okay? Our shapes should be mostly refined at this point. If anybody needs some help removing lumps, bringing things into round, I'm going to be here to help you with that. So we're going to work only on the bowl first, so don't touch the shank, okay? We're going to do the shank next. So I'm going to demonstrate what we're doing. to the rim. And I want you to see, come around to this side, I want you to see where on the disc I'm making contact. Hey, Jamie? Jamie? Do we have one of the rubber disc cleaners? So I'm making contact just about right there, between my fingers, okay? Thank you very much, sir. So I want you to see on the disc, you'll see the trace of the sandpaper. So I've already made that stroke there. So that's the width of the stroke that I made. Yours should look similar. I'm not applying pressure. I'm just allowing the sandpaper to do its job. So you see the speed that I'm taking these strokes in. White slow and very steady. So I didn't count, my guess is there were 10, 12 strokes there, right? But our minds are the same. We have a couple tiny scratches from the 36 grit. I'm not worried about it. Okay? So once, and really, you're going to need one pass. Our goal is one pass. If you still have a lot of 36 grit, do another pass, but that pass has to be from 9 all the way to 12. You're never going to go and just address one spot. You're going to always go from here to here. If you try to address one spot, you're going to take it out around. So you always have to work from one to another. So now I'm going to work from 12 to 3. Same thing. All the way from the bottom to the rim. Notice I had to change my grip. I'm now holding the mouthpiece. Now we're going to go from 3 to 6. And this is when it's going to get a little funky because the mouthpiece will be in the way very soon. We're only going to take a couple strokes, and then we're going to flip it and do it upside down. And that way you're going to go, instead of from the bottom to the top, you're going to be making the same motion. You're going to be going from the rim to the middle. Okay?
That's the hard part.
Yeah, the blind spot.
Yeah.
And every pipe maker, no matter how experienced,
Oh, yeah.
we all hate that side.
Oh, yeah.
Notice how I have my hand on the mouthpiece. I don't want to hit my hand on that disc, and my hand on the mouthpiece is, I'm going to protect my hand and therefore protect the mouthpiece, okay? So I'm now as far as I can go. So I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to continue those strokes, but I'm going to be further out on the disc, okay? You can see at this point, all of my strokes have been made right there. Now I'm going to move out toward the edge. So you can see it easier now? Exactly. And this is the last stroke that I'm going to be able to take there. Because obviously I can't go through the shank. So now we're reversing, and I'm going to use the tip here to go up to the rim. These are the same skills and strokes that you used before. So now this is like a compound set of skills you've already developed. You've done all of this. This is repeating stuff that we've worked on. You're just doing it all in the one step, okay? And so I'm going to work. I've gone all the way to 6 o'clock. Now I'm going to go from 6 around, and I'm going to reverse the order that I did things in. I'm going to stay with this motion. And notice how I'm rotating the pipe so I can get around the shank, but I'm keeping my same strokes, the same direction of the strokes. So that takes a little bit of skill. And now I'm going to go and trace the shank. And we're back from the bottom to the top. So I have just a little tidying up to do. Thank you, sir. It's my safety guy. Every workshop needs one. So I've got a little tidying that I need to do. I'm going to be around to help you all with the tidying. So you guys now proceed. I want you to step back over with your 30. You will 30 seconds. So you finish there. Everybody should have a wheel now. There should be 150s you can swap out on the ones down there.
You mentioned the back that square, and
I'll help
that'll
you.
change my shape. So
Don't change the shape. So I want you to go through the same order. I'm going to quickly tidy mine up while you're starting.
oh, so you're gonna mix mine with the 140? Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. Okay. Get to it, fellas.
lot of pressure on this. This will never mess up. So you can really crank on it. And then once this fills up with stuff, you just turn it a little bit, and you can fill up the whole sandpaper this way, and it's really efficient. And I love that I know exactly what the pressure is that I'm putting on. And I can really
For future, we should have rolls of 400. The roll, because that stuff's great.
yeah.
It's thicker to hold,
Yeah.
but this works.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just, now we're in the.
So this is the most tedious part.
Oh, I know. Now we're into my home court.
Yeah.
This isn't new. It's been there.
No, the entire CCCC. Like, I came in like,
This looks good. What grid is this even working with?
220. Get down to 320 now, or?
So actually, let's take a trip over to this the counter over there, and I'm gonna stain this actually. Yeah. David talked to me.
Yeah,
So,
I talked to David.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Where are you at? There. You might be in the same kind of spot.
Yeah, it's a little trick. You stain first time at white rough stage,
And then you
it's a really dark color. When you start to sand, you'll see all the previous scratches and imperfections.
Use the
It's a beautiful
20 or
thing.
320 to get up to 120 marks, I guess. Okay, no, almost so close. I'm just gonna do this one. Oh, you know what? Hold on one second. I didn't notice this. I'm gonna have you use this nail file, clean the rim a little bit. It's, is there a sandy?
Did you have like acrylic sanding stick?
Some people got one and some people did not.
I know there is someone that tool chest. I saw it somewhere.
Okay.
I video I got a lot of them last year. Yeah, that's the one.
So 120 is too rough now. This is 120.
This is 320.
Okay, that will actually be fine. 320 is fine.
That's one point.
So wrap it here. And now you have this basically a file at 320. So nice rigid. I'm just gonna have you clean up the edge. So you're really
both
close.
sides.
Really close.
Just lightly like that.
Yeah.
Just lightly, and you're not going straight across, and you're not going right around. Go at a little bit of an angle and take lots of little strokes. Basically, there's just very small little waves in here,
Okay.
and it would be. This is the stage to clean all that up. Yeah. So this is your last step before we go to the staining table real quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ready.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, those nail files, first of all, they break them. So that's already broken. And broken files use those wrinkles. They're your enemy. And another thing, it's soft this way too.
Right.
You can make a round edge with that, but sharp like that, no.
Sharp edges, yeah.
And with the acrylic sanding stick, sometimes I put it along, so you have
You got it. And then you tell us I have something kind of like.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's why I cut them that long. I think it's 8 foot long.
It's perfect because you got something to rest it on where.
I know. Most of the time I use about that long, but I hold it like this. So it's like a full violin.
Although,
I haven't done that.
okay. Once you do the rim, you're ready to move on.
All right. Sounds
Yeah.
good.
Looking good.
Thanks.
No, I'm sitting here.
Yeah. Okay. We're losing a little definition here. So I'm gonna. Here. Get some definition back there.
I had like a ridge in there. I was trying to work out, so I probably killed it.
Oh, okay. Well, this is the stage where we clean it up as best we can. Stain the best, really dark. The holes, I don't know if you've seen, like, people do it all the time on different kinds of woods, tables, and all kinds of stuff. They put on a really dark stain, sand it off, and the different parts of the grain really pop. And then you put on a top coat, so a really light coat. So say you put on a black stain and you sanded it off. Instead of being just black, you would have the grain would be striped, black and pale. And then you put a yellow on top of it or something to kind of warm it up a little bit.
Sure, sure.
Yeah, that's the central idea. And there's lots of like secret alchemical techniques that we all like develop over the years, but that's basically it.
The edge already looks better from where I'm sitting.
What's that?
The edge already looks better from where I'm sitting.
Yeah, and you can come back and clean it up just a little bit if you see anything that I missed. But basically, you were at 220, right? Is this 220 right here?
I think I broke it from here. Yeah, that's 340.
Okay.
At that point, you're ready to put the dark stain on it, let it dry a little bit, and start to sand with finer paper. That will give you a huge leg up to see, first of all, to see the areas you didn't sand yet.
Okay.
And on the areas which you already sand, you will see all the scratches from the previous sandpaper and deal with that.
Okay.
So when I work on my pipes, I stain it at least twice with the dark, sometimes 3 times for that particular purpose, to get rid of all the scratches. Okay. Because when you get to the final finish and you have a scratch from 220, you screw.
Yeah.
You gotta go all the way back.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. So not terrible, but it's
Take it to the 120 zone. How do you like that? Comfortable that you are.
That's one of mine that he got at Muletown.